Careful, Hope. I'll squish you if you don't watch out. Mary Yoder was careful not to set one of her crutches down on the half-grown Calico kitten, presently making a nuisance of itself by winding around her legs. "Ugh, that cat is going to make you fall, Mary." "Ma'am, don't worry, I'm fine." The petite blonde woman smiled fondly at her mother as she did her best to avoid the adolescent feline. "You know I can't help worrying about you, Mary. I'm sure Hope is a very good cat, but a fall could really hurt you." Mary kissed her mother on the cheek. "Yeah, I know, which is why I'm very careful. I like having Hope around. She's good company." Mary reached down and stroked the pretty cat, a gift from her old friend Lydia Koblenz, who had given a kitten from her cat's final litter to several unmarried Amish women in Mary's community. Lydia's only stipulation was that the cats must be indoor pets. "If you need more company, you could move back into the main house. I worry about you living by yourself in the Dawdi Haus. How would I know if you fell and needed help?" Edie's well-meant nagging made Mary hide a smile as she leaned one crutch against the wall by the table, pulled out a chair, sat down, and laid the second crutch next to the first. It was true she wasn't light on her feet, nor could she change direction quickly to avoid an unexpected obstacle. But all things considered, she thought she did pretty well. "I guess I could be like that television commercial Englishers talk about and yell, 'I've fallen and I can't get up.'" "Mary Yoder, this is not a joking matter." "Come on, ma'am. I have to joke about some things because laughter is better than tears, yeah? And I love knowing you miss me, but I'm not moving back. It's nice and quiet in my little house, unlike the main house when my Breda are here. And honestly, I'm more likely to be knocked down by them than tripped by Hope." I can't argue with you there," Edie laughed. "They are very energetic." "Yeah, that's one way of putting it." Mary had 4 younger brothers, much younger, as they were the children of her mother and her stepfather. The boys were 6, 8, 10, and 12. Mary's mother had been widowed at a young age when her husband was killed in the same buggy accident that injured Mary's legs and back. Mary had been fortunate to have been thrown clear of the vehicle when it was rear-ended by a big pickup truck being driven by a drunk Englisher. She was only 3 years old at the time of the accident and had no memory of the trauma or the pain she'd endured during several surgeries to save her life and her legs. To her regret, she could barely remember her father either. She only had vague recollections of a large, strong man with a soft brown beard and laughing eyes. Edie Yoder set 2 steaming mugs of coffee down on the table, then filled a plate with half a dozen cookies from the cookie jar on the counter and placed them on the table. She sat down and sighed, then patted Mary's hand and smiled wryly. "I'm sorry, Liebchen. I don't mean to mother you to death." "I am nearly 30, ma'am," Mary reminded her mother with a small grin. "You're going to have to cut the apron strings at some point, you know." Hope jumped lightly to Mary's lap and settled down, purring as Mary stroked her soft fur. Yeah, I know you're a woman grown, daughter, but you'll always be my Bopley." Mary rolled her eyes, but leaned over to give her mother a kiss on the cheek, causing the cat to let out an indignant squawk. Both women chuckled at the tiny animal's ire, and Mary petted her in apology. "Fortunately for me, you have 4 young ones to lavish your attention on. Otherwise, I doubt you'd let me out of the house.